Here we go. Let's go. Yeah. It's that time. It's that time. Episode 8, live at the Apollo, M&T Live. I'm your man Monster, as always. With me, my co-host, Especial, Andre the Torch Robinson, a.k.a. the Fire Starter, a.k.a. Dr. Dre, a.k.a. all up in, all up in your grill. Torch, we got a good show today, baby. NFL draft kicked off. We got a lot to speak on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what it is, man. It's the M&T Apollo at the Apollo show. We got the NBA playoffs to talk about. We got a little Buffalo Sabres stuff too, but the NFL draft is pretty much, a holiday, national holiday for sports enthusiasts like me and you and others. So I want to make sure y'all like, share the show. Do not be haters. Like, share the show. All right. There's a lot of stuff we're going to talk about in this show, and we only got 1 hour to do it. So, all right, let's talk about the NFL draft and what you saw in the first round. Give us a little synopsis of what you thought about the first round, and enlighten us.
First off, the first round was crazy. Hold on while I share this out. The first round was crazy because somebody asked me, Mazza, you think there's going to be a receiver taken in the top 10? And I was like, maybe. Boy, was I wrong, Torch. Boy, was I wrong. All the receivers taken in the first round. We're going to go over the first round pick by pick. We're going to let you know what we think of it. Obviously, what we think of our Buffalo Bills picks. It's going to be a good show. But overall, I thought a lot of teams got better, and I thought a lot of teams got worse. And we'll get into that because I think one of the teams I think got worse may surprise you there, Torch. May surprise you.
Wow. I love surprises. By the way, surprise us by liking and sharing the show. And if you want to join the conversation, you can. All right. 716-481-8249 is the number to call. If you want to join in on the conversation, we here, show some love. All right. First and foremost, you want to talk about the Bills draft or you want to talk about the NFL draft going pick by pick first?
Let's do us first, and then we'll go through the rest of the NFL. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We here, Monster and the Fire Starter here with the link right here. The link. So ain't no missing links, all right?
He's already better than half of you assholes out there.
True that. Very true. Now, with that being said, we got to get into the 23rd pick. Everybody thought it was going to be the 25th pick, like Christmas Day on the 25th. It ended up being the day before Christmas Eve on the 23rd, folks. The Buffalo Bills moved up 2 spots to get Kader Elam from Florida. The Gators. Yes, you see it.
I'm a Florida State man. I hate the Gators.
You know what? That's funny. We both Florida State guys.
I'm a Seminole. I'm a Seminole.
Yeah, we Seminoles.
But you ain't a Gator no more. You a Buffalo Bill.
That's right.
You're a Buffalo Bill.
So now, with the fact that you're a Buffalo Bill, obviously we had this pick in the bank for months. I think we was on a bunch of shows talking about Kader Elam coming to the Buffalo Bills and what he would bring. They only had to trade up 2 spots to get him, which is great. And Elam turns 21 in May. So he's only a 21-year-old guy.
He's young.
Monster, talk about some of the things that Elam brings forth to this team.
Elam's going to fill a major role for us, all right? Elam's going to fill a major role for us. We need depth at that position, okay? When you spend the capital that they spent on this pick, first-round pick, you expect them to come in and compete for a starting job right away. Levi Wallace is gone, and Tre'Davious White's probably not going to be back for the start of the season, okay? So this pick absolutely made sense. It also told me, this pick, that the Bills were paying very close attention because they seen quarterbacks or corners come off the board. I thought we were going to trade up and grab Hamilton, but that didn't happen. But if we would have traded up and grabbed Hamilton, that tells me Poyer's gone. That move right there would have told me that Jordan Poyer's gone.
Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame.
Yeah. So we didn't get him, but you see other players going off the board. Trent McDuffie went off the board. So that tells me that Brandon Beane and them were sitting there saying, all right, we got to make a move here. We got to grab the guy that we had. They said that was their last player on the board for round 1. And they got him. So he's going to fill a big need. All right, 6'2", 1. He's your prototypical cornerback. The dude's got good speed. He's great in man coverage. Like, he just needs a little bit of seasoning from the Mafia and from Coach McDermott. But I like this pick. It was a very good pick at the value. We didn't give up a lot to move up. And when it comes to this, it's Brandon Beane, bro. It's Brandon Beane,
big
bro.
Baller Beane.
Yeah, man. You know what Brandon Beane. He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of it is towards with this draft as opposed to years past. You have to hit on all your draft picks when you're a really shitty team. Like, those draft picks hold more weight when you're a really shitty team. A team like ours that's contending, if 1 or 2 of these picks don't work out, it's not going to hurt our franchise for years to come. You know what I'm saying? Because we are a good team. But I love the pick. The kid was at the Sabres game. Josh made him stand up and get his love, and that was awesome. To feel a little bit of Bills Mafia in the KeyBank Center was, you know what I mean? Yeah. Kid, you have no idea what it's like to play here, but your ass going to find out real quick. Welcome to Bills Mafia, Kaiir Elam.
No doubt about it. Yeah, I actually got to see those 2 guys yesterday. It was a lot of fun, exciting atmosphere. Elam definitely brings a lot to the table as far as being a quarterback. Like Monster said, once again, they needed a guy with some speed. Yep. A guy that maybe can, guard the Tyreek Hills of the world. Things of that nature. A physical guy who can, get physical with you at the line of scrimmage, bring that toughness, that tough culture that Leslie Frazier likes to bring to this team. And all the moves that you've seen so far are tough guy moves. I call them tough guy moves, to bring toughness to a culture that sometimes has been questioned for their toughness. So I like the pick a lot. It was somebody that I said they were going to get for months now, and it came true. So good. Kudos to the Buffalo Bills for adding that speed guy and, covering a need that definitely needed to be covered, especially when you have high expectations from your cornerback's position. It is important. So kudos to them on the first round pick at number 23, but we got a second round pick at number 63 overall, and that pick was James.
Tell us about it. Buffalo Bills' second round pick was
James Cook, a.k.a. the brother of Dalvin Cook.
Yes, sir. The brother of Dalvin Cook.
All right, so Dalvin Cook's brother, James Cook, comes off the board round 2, number 63. Now they have the J.D. McKissick replacement. Right here, right off the jump. Tell us some things you like about Cook real quick. You were telling me before the show. Tell me what you like about Cook.
So Dalvin Cook is like an elusive back, but he just gets way too hurts way too much.
Right.
He's like a Saquon Barkley, basically. Because when he's not injured, he's going to be a really good back in the league. So it's going to be a pretty good because he's going to be learning from his brother. And he's going to be because I know he watches his brother. So he's going to learn from what he does.
As long as he doesn't hire the same strength and conditioning coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dalvin Cook went healthy. George said it. He's a top 5 back. But that's the thing. Stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? When I look at James Cook, yes, you see Dalvin Cook. The only thing that's a little bit different is James doesn't have the ability to absorb hits like his brother does. Dalvin Cook has the ability to really absorb a hit and keep the play going. He's got to work on that. James Cook is fast. He's got the speed. He can take it to the house. That's the only drawback from his brother. He's kind of like a little slower, little less explosive Dalvin Cook. But if he plays up to his potential and stays injured or stays uninjured, I'll take a little less than perfect Dalvin Cook type. You know what I mean? Because it's an upgrade from Singletary. And there's a lot of Singletary lovers out there. Oh, Monster, look at the numbers. Oh, he had a better yards per average than this guy or than this guy. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Because when you look at our offense, what do you see? Pass, 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 pass. That's how we get the points. I don't give a damn about his yards per average or his third down efficiency for Devin Singletary. You're grasping at straws, morons. All right? We've watched him for 2 years. Singletary's not a speed back, and he's not a power back. He's kind of a shitty back.
There's only like some plays where he's like a good back. Because on this one play, he trucked like 2 people, and then that was mostly it for the whole game.
Yeah, Devin Singletary has
moments.
Yeah, he has the moments. He has some of the attributes when he wants to have them, as far as being shifty, as far as being able, to take contact, 5 yards per, average carry per carry. It's good, but the Buffalo Bills aren't predicated. Their offense isn't really predicated on the run so much. It's predicated on Josh Allen's arm, which is we knew that was going to happen when Ken Dorsey became, the quarterback's coach. And ever since he's became the quarterback's coach, Josh Allen's stock has went up. But James Cook obviously is a guy who can catch out of the backfield. That is something that strikes me as a plus. You got to put a plus there in that department as far as running backs catching out the backfield. All right, he had 27 catches without a drop last season and 4 receiving touchdowns. He's a 5'11", 190 back who only had 2 fumbles in his entire college career. Yes, he had 10.9 yards per catch, and he also averaged 6.5 yards per carry. So James Cook, I got to give him a plus on that one. Monster, our grades for the first 2 pick would be what? A's? 2 A's? Giving you 2 A's?
Yeah. I'm gonna give 2 A's based on what we need and who was on the board.
Double A.
You know what I'm saying? I like it so far. Like I said, I have faith in McDermott and Bean to make the right picks. Like, it's your job. You can pay millions of dollars. Like, look what they've built for us so far. Like, you don't have faith in them? Like, I have faith in them.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? We might find another gem or 2 in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. You know what I'm saying? May find another Gabe Davis sitting down there. You know what I mean? Pluck out a Gabe Davis sitting down there.
And also, I'm actually surprised that with the numbers that James Cook has put up, and he's only got 2 fumbles in his whole college career. I'm surprised he's in the 2nd round, in the 63rd pick. He should at least be in the 1st.
Well, a lot of that has to do with the team's needs that are picking before him too. You know what I mean?
And as far as the game is definitely changing, but we got a caller on the line too. Caller, what's up from Texas?
Hey, what's up, Dre? What's up, Monster?
What's up, Dalton?
Hey, what up, Dalton?
Hey, know what? I just want to talk about the draft thing.
Absolutely. Come on.
Well, about the Bills, I like the M pick out of Florida.
Okay, you like the pick? Tell us why you like the pick a little bit.
Well, because they need a cornerback too to help Trey White.
Right, absolutely, they do. Now, Trey White might be out for, a significant amount of time in the beginning of the season, so you need a guy who can fill in. I mean, the Buffalo Bills, let's be very clear, folks. The Buffalo Bills still had the number 1 total defense last year, even after Trey White went out, okay? They still had the number 1 total defense last year. So let's not, I get Trey White is definitely a significant part of the defense, but the defense last year until those, I guess, 13 seconds, showed you that they can handle, the challenge. So bringing a guy like Kader Elam helps a lot.
Don't worry, it's going to take me a while to learn his name too.
Yeah,
it's gonna take
say his name.
Right. I know. I got the Elam part
name
down. It's the first name I got to remember how to like. It's
Kader Elam. Yep, absolutely. Yep. So, Dalton, what else?
Well, also like y'all said, like we had no choice because Trent McDuffie, he was already gone. You had to move up to get him to make it a lot easier.
Yeah, I think it does make it a lot easier on the Buffalo Bills this year to, go forward in the beginning of the season, not having to worry about, the cornerback position too much. It obviously helps. So, yeah. So, what's your grade on that? I got to ask you, what's your grade on the 1st round pick, Dalton?
To be honest with you, I'm going to say A.
Okay, so we all got A's, and now it's triple A. All right, we got the AAA team in the building. All right, now 2nd pick obviously was James Cook. What's your thoughts on James Cook?
Actually, I like that pick because it makes it a lot easier for running back. Because to be honest with you, there's one running back I want to be on the Bills, but he was already taken. That'll be Bryce Hall.
Right. The Jets took Bryce Hall.
Unfortunately.
Early in the 2nd round. So you wanted Bryce Hall.
And Kenneth Walker, he got taken by the Seahawks.
Yes, Kenneth Walker. Yeah, absolutely. The Seahawks took him as well. So I think this pick is a really good pick. Obviously, we talked about catching out the backfield, being able to run the football, things of that nature. I think it's phenomenal. My guy, Jay Andre Frederick, just entered the building watching what's going on. Good to see you, my brother. Yeah, man, I'm going to give an A for this as well, just for the simple fact that once again, we have a running backs room now that is young and also should be hungry. You know, when they get their opportunities to run the football or their opportunity waits or we call a number, they should be ready to perform. You know what I mean? You got to perform. Your first and second rounders have to perform. Yep. They have to perform. They can't be slouching. We talked about busts a lot during
Aaron Maben.
Right. The last couple of weeks. You can't be a bust.
Mike Williams.
Especially on a championship team, because guess what? It gets magnified even more
Absolutely.
when you're on a really good team and you're a bust. So second pick, pretty good. Third pick for the Buffalo Bills was third round, overall 89. Pick Terrell Bernard, linebacker from Baylor. Now, what's your thoughts, Monster, on that pick?
It's a third round pick. I don't care. Like, I'll be honest with you. Let's see what the kid does. I said it before. I've been a fan for 30 years. And every year, for the first 20 years, I'd study the draft. I'd remember everybody we drafted names. And then I realized about 10 years later, oh, half of these assholes aren't even in the NFL anymore. So I just stopped paying attention to it like that. I stopped studying it. You know what I mean? I'll take who we draft, get on the field, and give me a reason to learn your name. That's what I said. Give me a reason to learn who you are. I don't need to know who you are on draft night. I need to know who you are at training camp. I need to know who you are in the preseason. I need to know who you are on the field making plays. That's what I want to know. So I trust him. We need another linebacker. Hopefully they're starting to realize that Tremaine Edmonds isn't that guy. Tremaine Edmonds is not that guy. Let me say it again for you people in the back who can't hear me. Tremaine Edmonds is not that guy. So hopefully they're bringing this guy in because they see something. But overall, from what I've seen in his highlights briefly, he's a pretty decent pick. So I like the pick. Third round. What do you want me to do?
And also, like Tremaine Edmonds, how many balls has he dropped?
Yeah, that's what I said. If Tremaine Edmonds could catch, he'd be Ray Lewis.
Right. Definitely dropping some links for you guys. Definitely bringing in the fact that Tremaine Edmonds doesn't have the hands, the elusive hands that you need a linebacker to have, especially when you're a top defense who, predicates themselves.
He gets his hand on so many balls. He gets his hands on so many footballs. And
he gets his hands on them, but he don't catch them. He gets his hand on them, but don't catch them. We need you to catch those footballs. I think this guy is definitely AJ Klein's backup. Definitely his backup. Yeah. Versatility-wise, he's very versatile. Obviously, Brandon Bean said that they like his versatility and feel that he can play inside and outside. He's an undersized guy, though, 6'1", 224. And he's dealt with different injuries throughout his college career. So on this one, I have to say, he was the Sugar Bowl MVP in 2022 for Baylor. But does that conference play defense?
No. They play defense. Who plays defense there?
He is a guy who has shown that he can also get to the passer as well with 7.5 sacks that he's had this season. So last season with the Baylor Bears, Golden Bears, or whatever you want to call them.
The Bears.
Yeah, so in this case, I got to give this guy maybe a B-. I want to see what he's got. Like Monster said, see what you can do when you're on the field. And we got people we got my brother in the audience, Jay Andre. In the audience, man, what's your thoughts about the picks?
I thought the first two was good. I agree with Tremaine Edmonds. They need to let him go. He don't amount to nothing. And hopefully that Dotson or that Bernard kid can be his replacement, hopefully.
Okay, interesting enough. All right, so those are the three picks we have right now on the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, we want to talk more. Dalton, you on the line still? So before we get into the NFL picks, let me ask you how you felt about that third pick.
Well, I agree with Monster about this whole Tremaine Edmonds, and I provided y'all got the linebacker. to make it easier. But I need to see like how he can do in NFL.
Oh, shiggity. Here we go. I guess I'm going to be the one to fire start. I think this show needs a little fire start.
Oh, I'm going to bring my own as soon as we get into the NFL because I'm going to shit on your Packers.
And win. Oh, look at you hear this already.
I'm going to shit on your Packers.
All right. Now, with that being said, I'm going to put the Still DRE instrumental, by the way, if y'all listening, tuned in. Listen, time for me to fire start a little bit. Y'all gotta lay off Tremont Edmonds a little bit. I know Tremont Edmonds hasn't been the catchy, savvy type of linebacker. Tremaine, tomato, potato.
Nobody says potato. Like you ever met a person say potato?
Oh, yeah, I've met him in Idaho. But nevertheless, Tremaine Edmonds, let's be clear. All right. He may not be that guy that you guys like. Yeah. So with that being said, he may not be the guy y'all like, but I'm going to say this. For a guy who's only 24, tackles, he's top 5 in the league in tackles. When it comes to sideline to sideline, he can be that guy.
Right, but that's his only good attribute he has. Like that's what everything goes to. Oh, he can tackle and he can go side to side. But the other 9 things we need him to do, he's shit at.
Well, again, development. I think his development. I think they could do better with his development, especially for the fact that he's been playing Sam a lot. He's been playing Mike and not Sam. Sam is originally what he played in college. He should be playing the Mike position. He should be playing the Sam position and not the Mike position. Okay, so when you play in a different position that you're not used to fit or formulate to a system, you're going to have some issues. I got to take off the glasses for this one. You're going to have some issues, okay? And one of them is obviously coverage, right? Obviously, one of them is coverage.
The other one is pass rushing. The third one is
not a pass
rusher.
Rusher. Right, he's not a pass rusher. He can't catch.
Well, a lot about the other shit he doesn't do. Like, he's got to do something. You know what I mean? He's got to have something to do. They tried to pass rush him last year at the second half. He looked lost.
But you don't think that he does a good job at some of the things that he technically, as a Sam wouldn't be doing?
I'll put it like this. If you get in Tremaine Edmonds' space, that's where he shines. If you get near Tremaine Edmonds, he's going to wrap you up. He's going to make a play. He's going to make the tackle. He's going to catch you.
Right, because the Sam is supposed to be covering a certain area, right?
But outside that area, the read and react, like I said, he can't read. He can react like a mother, but he can't read. He can't read. And you got to have that. And how many years are we going to babysit him and just wait for it? Like, how many years are we going to He's been here long enough. He's been in this defense. He's had the same defensive coordinator. Like, nothing's changed. He's been on a stable, solid franchise. He just ain't got it yet.
And exactly because on that one play against the Buccaneers, it was like their last play, and Edmonds did not read the play right.
In fairness, it's Tom Brady. He's been doing it for 20 years to everybody, so you can't call out. But that's the one play I stick with too. Like, as close as we were, and as much as that game pissed me off, like.
Well, here's a problem too. Okay, so I get it. But for me personally, when you got somebody playing a position that's really not supposed to be playing that position, I think the Bills don't get rid of him. I think you use him in the position that he's been suited for and let's see what he do there before we just get rid of the guy.
Why? Well, we can get rid of him and put somebody in that position that can already do shit.
But okay, so who's going to be better at the Sam position that we have currently than Tremont Edmonds?
I don't know yet. That's why you got to go outside. I said it before. They should have got rid of him.
Wait a minute. You got to go outside on Jefferson, or you got to go outside?
You got to go outside the organization. You got to go outside the organization.
I mean,
if you see the linebacker on Jefferson, go grab his ass. We'll bring him in the show.
I just want to. Is his name Sam or something? I don't know.
Right.
Like, is his name Mike? I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, before you just get rid of intricate pieces.
Is he that intricate though?
Yes.
I don't see it.
He's that intricate because you have nobody else. You have nobody else unless you go outside the organization, which we in the draft right now. So they got Bernard, right? Bernard plays what position? What position did he play at Baylor?
He's the Mike.
Right. a mic. So why don't you have him learn how to mic, keep Edmonds at the Sam, move him over, let him try now, let him go to his original position for just one season. Just one. Just one and see what happens. Because you got Von Miller, who's a veteran over here now. You know what I mean? Von Miller might be able to help all these guys.
Let's hope that's the case.
He is ready to.
Let's
He's
hope
ready.
that's-
The aim, the scope.
I've given the dude how many chances?
Oh,
Like, how many
fire
chances?
off
I've
that
given him
Edmonds.
so many chances.
I love it though.
Whatever.
You know what?
So we're gonna get into the rest of the first round. Let's get into the rest of the first
Yeah,
round.
we
Like I
gotta-
said, I got some stuff to talk about.
Hold on.
And to other fans out there, all right. Let me just say this. Every time the draft comes around, all I hear is, oh, stop bragging about Josh Allen. Shut up already about Josh Allen. Blah, 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 Josh Allen. You know what I say to those people? Kiss my ass. Honestly. And I'll give you 17 reasons why you can kiss my ass. You ready? Todd Collins, Alex Van Pelt, Doug Flutie, Rob Johnson, Drew Bledsoe, J.P. Lossman, Kelly Holcomb, Trent Edwards, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brian Brom, E.J. Manuel, Thad Lewis, Jeff Toole, Kyle Orton, Matt Castle, Tyrod Taylor, and Nate Peterman. That was my last 17 years. So I'll bring up Josh as long as I want because he's the first one we've had since Jim Kelly. So all you people who are sick of hearing about Josh, turn the fucking show off and kiss my ass because I'm not going to stop talking about it. And I just gave you 17 reasons why. Moving on.
All right. Moving on. Monster rant. I'm gonna call it the monster rant. All right, moving on. So first round, first pick overall, Travon Walker. Are we surprised about this pick being?
No, I'm not surprised. It's a decent pick. It's just, where did Kayvon Thibodeau fall off from? He was number one from the start all the way to the end. Like, they had Thibodeau on there. Then it
Thibodeau's
changed
a
to
bust.
Then it changed to Hutchinson.
Thibodeau's going to be a bust.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the Jets and the Jets did a damn good job in the first round. Hats off to the New Jersey Jets. The Jets did a great job with their first three picks. They took what I felt three of the top prospects off the boards at their positions. The Jets got a lot stronger. And I don't mind what Brian Dable did. Let's see. The Jets took Gardner at 4th. That's a good pick. Cornerback. They needed that. They got Garrett Williams at 10, the wide receiver. And then I think they had one more in the first round, didn't they? Jets had 3 in the first.
They had 3 in the
Jermaine
first round.
Johnson. Like, all 3 of those pieces helped that team.
I do like the Jermaine Johnson pick. I think that's a steal. But number 2, obviously, was Aiden Hutchinson, the hometown guy going to Detroit.
Yep.
All right. Under the cornerstone pass rusher, they're 4-3 under Aaron Glenn. Obviously, that's going to be an ideal fit for him in the NFL. He's definitely assertive and asset against the run, and he's a pass rusher. He gives me Joey Bosa vibes.
Will his career die, as so many have in Detroit, a.k.a. Matt Stafford, a.k.a. Barry Sanders, a.k.a. Megatron Calvin Johnson? Let's hope this kid doesn't go there and die.
Because the Lions have had many great picks, but they have a curse. They have a really bad curse because the Lions, I don't even think they've won a ring with any of those Hall of Fame players.
No.
Do you know what the Lions' curse is? They hire stupid people. That's the Lions' curse.
Well, they'll be cursed until Found on Road Dead is gone anyway.
Yeah.
Which is the Ford family, if you don't know. All right. With that being said, number 3 is Derek Stanley Jr. from
LSU. It's good. I mean, the Texans are still gonna be shit.
Texans need everything.
Yeah, the Texans need a whole new team. So this guy's not gonna save the ship, but solid piece, good pickup.
The Bills dominated them 40-0. Like
Yeah, they're not that good.
One player is not gonna be the X factor.
No.
for that team.
And then we get to Gardner at 4, which we said, cornerback from Cincy, going to help the Jets out. Good pick by the Jets. For the Jets fans, be excited. I mean, you're not going to beat the Bills. We're still going to kick the shit out of you, let's be honest. We're still going to stomp the Jets. But they're going to be a lot better. And so is Miami. But we'll get to that later. So, Gardner. Then we go on to Brian Dable's first pick. The new cornerstone of Brian Dable's defense.
This guy, the bust.
Why do you think he's a bust?
Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be a bust. Man, they don't play defense in the Pac-12. You tell me how many great Pac-12 defensive players have come out, and I'm not talking about at the corner position, okay? I'm talking about right there on the defensive line. Please tell me. I'll wait. Somebody tell me one.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Right. Okay. So Kayvon Thibodeau. We were saying in this show that we did the other day with MBS. No, he's going to be a bust. I think unless. And on top of that, Brian Dable, this is his first year. You know, you got Joe Schoen. They're trying to build something, maybe trying to emulate the Bills culture or whatever the case may be. But I don't see Brian Dable being a guy who's their defensive coordinator in New York. Anybody know?
Nope.
Okay. Make me know your name. I'm gonna say Monsters famous saying, make me know your name. I don't know your name. All right, number 6.
You got Iquana. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Iquano, yeah.
Offensive line. Nobody cares. Offensive line. Evan Neal at 7. Again, nobody cares. Offensive line. Good pickup again for Brian Dable and the Giants. Moving on. Drake London, wide receiver, USC.
Stop right here. Stop right here. The first pick in the draft that made absolutely 0 sense.
Well, they got nobody. Julio's gone. Ridley's suspended next year.
Drake London, was he on your draft board for wide receivers? Drake London? Drake London. Wow.
The position makes sense. The pick don't.
The pick doesn't make sense at all.
I don't get Drake
I'm just
London
like,
there.
wait a minute. Whoa. Out of all the good wide receivers that were out there, you picked Drake London. Undersized Drake London at that.
Well, hold on, because we're going to get your opinion on some other things going forward as soon as we're done with this, because Monster's going to poke at you a little bit.
Oh, that's okay. You
All
go.
right, pick 9, we got Charles Cross, defensive lineman for Seattle. At Seattle, nobody cares. Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, 10 to the Jets. That's going to help the Jets. He's a good wide receiver. It's going to help the Jets.
Garrett Wilson would have been the better pick for the Falcons.
Yeah, but again, they hire stupid people. Welcome to Detroit.
Oh, go to the next one.
Charles Olave, wide receiver, going to the Aints.
Chris Olave.
To the Aints.
To the Aints from Ohio State. Another Ohio State wide receiver who's obviously better than Drake London. Again, the Atlanta Falcons, you disappoint me, bro.
Now we're going to go to the next pick. Number 12, to the Lions, Jameson Williams. Another good wide receiver.
That's number 3. Atlanta. What were you drunk during the pick? I don't know. Were you drinking? I mean,
maybe
y'all was too busy giving out haircuts.
Not doing dirty bird shit.
I don't know, man.
Those days are gone. All right, we got 13. We got defensive lineman George Davis out of Georgia to the Eagles. That's fine. Kyle Hamilton, very, very good pick by the Baltimore Ravens. Again, I thought we were going to take a shot at Hamilton. I don't know if Brandon Bean them called and tried to see what was going to be worked out or to get up there to get him. Maybe the price was too high and Bean didn't want to pay it. Or maybe it wasn't a thought in the first place. We don't know because we don't know what his thoughts on Poyer are.
No, we
Because
don't.
everybody's saying he's not going to extend Poyer. If we would have got him, we weren't going to extend Poyer. There's no reason for it. But you got to remember, the Bills don't do their negotiating at this time of year. They've never been known for it. So to think that we are not going to re-sign Poyer at this point, I'd say just pump the brakes a little bit. Let's get the training camp. Let's see where it goes. Because Bean historically, since he's been here, does not negotiate around draft time. He doesn't do any of that shit. So he focuses on the draft, and that's how he nailed it. So let's see what happens with Jordan Poyer. All right, so then we move on to 15, Kenyon Green. Thoughts on Kenyon Green? Offensive lineman, Texas A&M.
I mean, he's a good pass protector, offensive line. I don't think he's as good as maybe Zion Johnson though, or Tyler Lindenbaum. But
Yeah, it's not a sexy pick. It's a lineman. Nobody cares.
right.
Then we go to 16, the Washington Commanders, Cobra Clutch. What are they called?
Cobra Kai.
The Washington Commanders. Wait a minute. Stop. Pause. Jahad Dotson.
Penn State. He's tiny, bro.
He's
Another tiny.
Another one of those. Yeah, Dalton on the line. Dalton, what you got to say?
Go down.
What you got to say?
Pathetic.
Oh, pathetic. Yep, absolutely. Terrible. Yep.
All right, now we
17.
We go on to Zion Johnson at 17, offensive lineman, BC. Great. We go to 18, Treylon Burks.
Another wide receiver that was better than
Right. Well, let's talk about why they drafted Treylon Burks. They shocked the world and traded A.J. Brown to Philly. A.J. Brown going to Philly in a blockbuster.
All I can say.
Did you happen to see Mike Vrabel's reaction when that was announced?
Yeah.
He got up and stormed out of the draft room.
Yeah.
He was pissed. You can't trade one of the head coach's biggest weapons and not tell your head coach. Like, oops. So A.J. Brown's gone. Mike Vrabel's pissed off. And now they got the rookie.
And A.J. Brown was on Twitter saying that he still loves Tennessee. He didn't see it coming either. Here's the thing I will say about this whole thing. Jalen Hurts, you get no excuses this year now. None. The pressure is now on you, sir.
Fly,
I
Eagles,
thought they were
fly.
going to let him develop more, but when you go grab a $100 million wide receiver, who's obviously put up numbers in Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill being his quarterback, yeah, the pressure's on you, buddy. So you either going to put up or you going to be hurt for real. All right. Now, next pick.
Kenny Pickett, hometown boy from Pittsburgh. They could have took Pickett, or they could have took.
We skipped the pick.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. The Saints pick. How you gonna skip the Saints pick and Dalton on the line?
Oh.
Tell him who number 19 was, Dalton.
My fault, Dalton.
Trevor Penning.
That's right. Trevor Penning was the pick. It was a offensive line.
Right.
Northern Iowa. We know how you feel about offensive line picks.
Not sexy. It's not sexy.
Not sexy.
Good,
But
good for them.
But wait a minute, though. They needed that pick. You want to know why?
Yeah, it was a good pick.
Because
though.
ever since they traded their offensive line for Jimmy Graham years ago, their offensive line has been got. Oh, I'm sorry, that would be Seattle. That would be Seattle, which we get into later on. But Kenny Pickett, hometown pick. Go ahead, Dalton.
I'm just Trevor Penning. I actually like to pick it. Here's why: because Terran Armstead, he went to the Dolphins. You got to get someone to replace Terran Armstead, so it does make sense.
Absolutely, right about that. Kenny Pickett being the home guy.
Kenny Pickett, which is interesting because you look at the dual threat Malik Willis. Those are the two best quarterbacks in the draft.
You surprised that they took Pickett over Malik?
No, I'm not. Hometown boy. He's got the big arm. Didn't put up great numbers at Pittsburgh, but let's be honest. Look what they did with Big Ben's career. Big Ben wasn't that guy coming in. You know what I'm saying? And it just took off. So good pick for them. They need to address it at some point because I don't think Turbubu's going to be the starter there. Mitchell Trubisky. So we'll see what happens with that. And it's a good pick for them.
Well, Pickett's more of a traditional
pocket
passer anyway. You know, he's got some athleticism. That's nice. You know, give him his props. We'll see what he can do.
Trent McDuffie at 21 to the
We already
Chiefs.
talked about Trent McDuffie 1,000 times. I don't – okay. Again, I feel like pedigree matters. I feel like Kansas City Chiefs have not been really the biggest team predicated on defense. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Which makes this Trent McDuffie pick a little scratchy. I get a little scratchy on this pick. Are they actually going to make him a corner who's going to be a cornerstone, or is he going to be another one of those guys that you've seen the Chiefs just put out there for cornerback defense?
He better be something because he's got the likes of Stephon Diggs to cover, Tyreek Hill. You got a lot of bad mother lovers in the AFC that he's going to have to deal with at one point or another. So he better be on his game. He's going to play cornerback for the Chiefs.
Well, speaking of this, we are at the point in time where I'm ready for Monster to poke fun. Pick.
No, I'm going to do it afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Pick 22. Your Green Bay Packers selected Quare Walker, linebacker from Georgia.
Like the pick.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't. I'll tell you why in a couple minutes.
Ooh, we
go.
I do. I gotta tell you why I like the pick, though. If you gonna tell me I don't like the pick, I'm gonna tell you why I like the pick.
Let me get to that first, but not that part yet. I'm gonna give you a chance to go through your picks. But first, I want you to hear my point before you get to your picks.
Okay. All right. We can do it. Fine.
Kyer Elam. We already talked about it. We love Elam. Smith, 24, offensive lineman, Dallas. Great for them. Who cares? 26, Jermaine Johnson. Good pickup by them. Edge rusher, FSU. He's really good. 27, Delvin Lloyd to Jacksonville. Who cares? 28, your beloved Green Bay Packers again. Defensive lineman, Devontae Wyatt. Okay. Not bad. So we're getting to the end of the first round. Cole Strange to the – who cares? That was a weird pick for me for the Patriots, but whatever, the Patriots. Yeah. And then you got George Carla. I'm not even going to pronounce your name because you're in Kansas City. I don't care. Then you got Daxton Hill and Lewis Klein finishing off the first round to the Vikings. So.
Whoa, yep, finish it. Okay. So let me say a couple things. First and foremost, Cole Strange. Not the sexy pick, but I'm gonna tell you why that pick came into play. Can anybody name the last time the Patriots picked the offensive lineman in the draft?
I don't pay attention to the Patriots like that. I don't really. Yeah, no.
I can tell you when the last pick was.
George, when was the last pick in the draft?
The last time the Patriots picked the offensive line in the draft, it was a guy named Nate Solder who played for the Giants at the time. He was the last offensive line that they picked up in the first round of the draft. Nate Solder.
Wait a minute, hey, Trey, I'm trying to cut you off. It wasn't Nate Solder. It was Isaiah Wynn, 2018, out of Georgia.
Isaiah Wynn went in the first round?
For the Patriots in 2018.
First round?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, where's Isaiah Wynn now?
What now?
Where's Isaiah Wynn now?
Oh, he's still with the Patriots.
Is he any good?
He was having injury issues.
His ass is gone with the win.
So, all right, so 2. I'll give you that. 2 in the last God knows how long, right? So you got to take Cole Strange because you got to protect Mac Jones.
All right, so let me get into what I was going to talk to Torch about here. All right, so I'm this certain guy. I'm not going to tell you who I am at this point. Let me see if Torch can figure out who I am watching the NFL draft at this point. All right, I'm sitting at home. I got a couple beers. We get to pick 8. See Drake London go off the board, wide receiver from UFC. Okay, that's fine. All right, so then we get down to number 10. Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, comes off the board. Okay, that's fine. Then we get to 12. Jameson Williams comes off the board. Okay, that's fine. So then we go down to 16. John Dotson comes off the board, wide receiver. Okay, that's fine. We get to 18. You get the Titans. Burke comes off the board. Treylon Burke, another wide receiver. Okay, that's fine. So then we get to pick number 22 for the Green Bay Packers. And I'm looking at it going, okay, where's my guy? Oh, wait a minute. We picked a linebacker. All right, that's fine. We picked a linebacker. So we scroll down, keep going. All right. Oh, look, we're back on the clock again. And we take a defensive lineman. So if I'm sitting home, Torch, and I just lost Devontae Adams, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what the fuck are we doing? Who am I? Who am I, Torch?
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm Aaron Rodgers. How pissed off was Aaron Rodgers watching these receivers go off the board and they didn't do shit to replace Devontae Adams? They gave him nothing except that big-ass contract. So that's my question to you. Your beloved Packers decided to go there and there instead of addressing the actual need that your team had. So please explain to me why you're happy with these picks when they didn't replace Devontae Adams and give your boy Aaron Rodgers no love.
He's winning the first round. He traded for A.J. Brown.
Oh, yeah, A.J. Brown was traded for too. They could have got him.
All right. Here's my answer to that question. And it's a simple one, actually. I'm glad that you put that out there. It's very simple.
I was saying, no big watching. I'd be kind of pissed off Aaron Rodgers.
It's very simple. Ready for this? I'm glad that you and the audience ready for this answer. The answer is simple. The Packers are a traditional team. They've been traditional for God knows how long. Let me finish, and I'm going to tell you why. Don't do that, because I'm going to explain it. The Packers had to continue to be cocky, but at the same token, stick to their traditional, silly AWS ways of not taking a wide receiver in the first round. Because if you take a wide receiver in the first round, it says to everybody in the public that you are wrong about the Jordan Love pick when Aaron Rodgers came at that pick a while ago instead of getting a wide receiver in the first round. So what did they do? They got Jordan Love. Last year, they went and got Eric Stokes. Look, and they went and got Eric Stokes. Not in the, again, in the first round, not a wide receiver, right? So what did they turn around and do this year? Well, guess what? Aaron Rodgers, we gave him the money to shut up, really. So we're going to be the traditional, cocky Packers who say, up yet, just because you guys wanted a wide receiver in the first round, we'll go get a linebacker to replace Darius Smith, then we'll go get a defensive tackle who can help Kenny Clark in the first round. And then what do? Oh, yeah, because there's a certain thing in Packers town for any Packers fan who knows is that the Packers have been very good at turning second, third, fourth round receivers into something. Go name me the last first round wide receiver the Packers have drafted. Anybody know?
No.
Right. There's the answer.
No, so what
That's
you're
why.
So what you're saying
Mhm.
in essence is
Yes.
instead of doing what's best for your football team and winning,
Absolutely.
you'd rather say faith with the public because of your ego.
That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. That was the answer. It wasn't the answer I bet most people was expecting, but it's the correct answer. It's the unbiased correct answer. The correct answer to that is the Packers were
arrogant.
cocky and arrogant once again in the organization by not taking a receiver in the first round again purposely because they don't want to look like idiots for the Jordan Love pick that Aaron Rodgers had a problem with. Because guess what you look like now? Fools, right? And then you went and gave Devontae Adams away. And let me just tell you this, for those who don't know, Darren Waller was actually the player who the Packers were supposed to trade for in that Devontae Adams trade. They were supposed to have traded Devontae Adams for Darren Waller and a pick, and they were supposed to swap. But here's the problem with that. You cannot trade in the NFL, for those who know NFL stuff. You cannot trade.
That's football.
Football, period. But you cannot trade a franchise tagged player with a non-franchise tagged player. They both have to either be franchise tagged or not franchise tagged at all. You can't do it. So they couldn't get Darren Waller. They gave up Adams. And now there's talks about they're supposed to be getting Waller now because they cleared up some cap room, $28 million, with getting rid of Zadarius Smith. Once again, a bonehead move by the Green Bay Packers organization. I'll call it like it is. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. And then what do they do? 2 picks later, Monster. We didn't get into the second round, but what does the Packers do 2 picks later? Oh, we're gonna shut them up. We'll go ahead and go get Christian Watson, from North Dakota State, that wide receiver, and then get an A+, and then everybody can now shut up. Because we all know that high second round picks look like late first round picks.
We'll see if it translates on the field.
Now, so with that being said, Monster's right. That actually was good. I'm glad he asked, but I'm giving you the legitimate answer.
And I like that answer. That was the answer I wanted from Torch. I didn't want no fandom covered up, sugar-coated shit. He said it like it was. The organization's arrogant, and they fucked up.
Yeah. And they're covering it. And they covered it again this year by not taking a wide receiver in the first round. They did it on purpose again.
Football talk is almost done. We got to touch on RJ and tell people where we're going to be later before we get out of here soon.
What in the world? Did the time go by that fast? Yes, it did. 47 minutes into the show. Good God almighty. Wow.
Wow.
Yes, that quick. Yes, caller. Wow. Yes,
You're not getting paid for this, Dalton, even though you've been here the whole show.
Right. Appreciate you.
I'm not getting paid either.
You damn right you ain't.
Cut it to the learning curve. You're getting paid in experience.
Right.
Now, with that being said,
This shit is invaluable, son.
we should jump into the Sabres real quick. First and foremost, last night, obviously, you guys got to see a 3-2 overtime victory. The Buffalo Sabres beating the Patrick Kane-led Chicago Blackhawks. Hell of a game. RJ's final call, by the way, shout out to a phenomenal. We want to talk about a phenomenal sports edie. Rick Jenneret is, again, I'll say this, the sole reason why I started watching hockey. I told the story about being the little 10-year-old boy who was watching a Cartoon Network show, just so happened to be flipping the channels, and on MSG 4 channels later, I hear this voice, and I'm like, oh, the voice is interesting, and I start watching Sabres hockey, and I'm looking, and then I got glued to the TV screen. Rick Jenneret is that type of guy. He has that type of aura and that type of personality. A guy who should be revered for his excellent 51 years of freaking service that no one else is ever going to give you again. He's in that category. He's in the no one else category, like the Michael Jacksons of the world in music, like that. He's that type of guy. And I honestly think, Monster, and this is something that was brought to my attention. It's interesting. I had a conversation about. He should headline an All-Star game. He should.
If physically he's able to, then yeah, absolutely.
He should be able to do that. He deserves just that. Phenomenal guy. Once again, what's your thoughts on Rick Jeanneret?
He was all of our childhoods. We grew up on him. Like all the calls, like the emotions and everything that attaches us to the Sabres all these years are all attached to Rick Jeanneret. All the amazing calls, all the enthusiasm, all the energy he brought. Like you listen to some of these announcers now, man, and it's just like, oh, he shoots, he scores. You're like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, are you excited to be here? Like that was a phenomenal play. Like, where's it? And that's what he brought us. He brought us the enthusiasm. He took the game that he was watching and made us at home feel it. And that's a very, very rare talent in anybody, that you can take a game and make people at home feel it. He was one of the best. He's a living legend. He's an icon. And if we do make the playoffs next year or in a year or two, I wouldn't mind him coming back and doing a game or two during the playoffs, maybe Stanley Cup final, something. But I'm proud he got to announce 2 finals. We never won the cup for him, but if we do it while he's still here, then damn it, he deserves a ring too. Hats off to Rick Jeanneret. And next year, the Sabres are going to be something to be reckoned with. Owen Power is a stud. Owen Power is a stud. I can't wait to see him next year, boy. Next year, we're going to get the dude from Quinn up. We're going to get Quinn up. It's just, we're going to be rolling in Saberland. We're going to be rolling in Saberland.
Absolutely. By the way, I did get to have a conversation with your coach, Don Granado, and this is what he had to say.
Many different, from the skill standpoint to the emotional, the passion and all that. So, for me, it will always stay on that. We need to find ways to get better. And, you go into tonight's game, we talked about as coaches even this morning, it's our last game, but let's work on these 2 things to make us better. So I stay in that moment, but yeah, when you have a night like this, it makes you feel, you should get to sit back and see the entirety of maybe the work these guys do, and it's so enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. Here was the question that I asked. Pretty much, I asked about the process, the mental process for Don going through the season, because they had a lot of ups and downs during the season. There was a time where, the first couple of games, they were hot, red hot, as they always are. And then there was a time where I had to ask them a question about the multiple goals in the first period, giving up 35% of their games, multiple goals, and they hadn't won one game in which they gave up multiple goals in the first period. Then that changed from that to goaltending woes that they had. They had some injuries at the goaltending position. And then it went from that to March Madness. And March Madness on, they have just been red hot.
They figured it out.
Fire.
They figured it out.
And the development has been great. They had Jack Quinn in the line. They had Owen Power, who last night scored the tying goal with like 6 minutes left in the game to force overtime, in which Casey Middlestat put the game winner in and gave them a 3-2 victory. Now, with that being said, with all that being said, the Sabres record was 32-38-6.
If you take the second half of last year and make that our start, we make the playoffs.
Right. They would have made the playoffs.
We make the playoffs, and that's why I'm excited for next year. So hockey season's done. Next year we chase that cup. Me and Link will be in the building for some of those games. Those boys have earned our respect, and they've earned my money. And I don't give anybody my money.
Wait a minute. Say that one more time.
They've earned my respect, and they've earned my money.
Who?
The Sabres.
All right. I just wanted to say that twice because that's something that you could say for the last 7, 8 years.
That's why we ain't been in the building. Things like, let's go to a hockey game. Give me a better team. I'm not going to go watch them get blown out 5-1 and spend $200 on an afternoon. Fuck out of here.
I'm going to be very honest with you. The fun culture of hockey is back in Hockey Town, USA. This is your Hockey Town, USA. Buffalo is Hockey Town, USA. Just because of not only location, but the prestigious, historic things that is involved with the Buffalo Sabres organization. It's here and it's back. It's very fun to watch. With that being said,
I just can't wait because he grew up, and as soon as he started paying attention to sports, the Bills got good. So he didn't go through the 20 years, but he's went through the last 11 with the Sabres. He won't watch too many Sabres games with me because I don't blame him. But I want him to sit inside that arena during the playoffs. I've sat in the arena when we've played Philly in the playoffs, the RJ Umberger hit. I was in the building that night. All right. The Drury goal against the Rangers. I was in the building. So to feel that energy of playoff hockey in Buffalo in person, I can't wait for him to experience it. It's insane for anybody who's actually been there. Like, it's an experience unbeknownst to itself. And I've been to Bills playoff games. There's nothing like a home Sabres playoff game when the boys are rocking. That place is going nuts. I can't wait for Lincoln to be there and feel that.
Yeah, definitely. That would be nice. It would definitely be something to be a part of, being in the playoffs, a team that hasn't been in the playoffs for God knows how long.
11 years.
11 years, to be exact. Now, with that being said,
it is your life. Maybe you're the Sabres playoff curse. I'm going to take you to church and get you blessed.
With that being said, I have to say one more thing before we get on to the NCW stuff, and that is this. I'm going to put this out here right on television. With the success that you've seen from the Buffalo Sabres and the Buffalo Bills and other local successes, as far as maybe even the UB Bulls, it is time to address an issue, and that is
I don't have a stat you put up yet? That wasn't it?
No. But I mean, you could put up your own statue by what you do in life, and that is the concern for me. My concern is the equality in which sports journalism and sports ownership, the direction that it has taken. To be very honest with you, I'm not saying no names because I don't want to get caught for slandering, but some of y'all need to give it up and let some of these people who are better at the job do the job. I am sick of watching, sick of listening and looking at privileged folks who do the same thing over and over and over again.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm tired of that. Even when it comes to equality and culture as far as sports journalism, I'm sick of looking at it. I took a video, and I might even post this video, and this video describes the issue that I have. Now, with that being said, we got to continue doing what we do. And this is why we do this stuff. This is why you have these shows. I'm going to be frankly direct as well. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have done this again, to be very honest. Because guys like Monster, guys like, there's other guys too, I feel deserve an opportunity. Definitely, especially when you know so much and then you put out so much. I feel like guys like that deserve the opportunity to have a chance to have a voice in some of this stuff. Not these same old boring folks that I hear.
And if it was anybody else that asked me to come and do this, I would have told them no.
And doing the same old thing. All right.
And it's what I told him when we started the show. What I tell you, Torch, I don't want to do the same podcast shit. I don't want to follow what everybody does. Nope. There's 400 million podcasts. Everybody got their draft preview. It's saturated. It's so saturated. Yeah. Everybody with a phone has a podcast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why we went to TV. Yeah. We said, fuck it, we're going to TV. Like, let's go to TV. Like, we're done with the podcast thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We do this on Facebook just for you people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We go live for these tapings just so you guys can see it and check it out. That's why you don't see us everywhere, but he's absolutely right. You have the same journalists in the same spot that are safe. They ask the same questions. They've been doing their job for 70 years, and they're terrible. One of them, his name rhymes with Bike Carrington.
And with that being said, shout out to NCW, by the way. Shout out to NCW. We will be there tonight. I am super excited for NCW. Oh, my goodness. Listen, I'm super excited for NCW. I'm going to tell you why. Because NCW is another one of those events, another one of those platforms who should be out there on the forefront even more. I know there's ESW and there's all those other ones. They should be out on the forefront too. We should be able to work together and be able to do things together.
We're going to try to bring them.
Not keep people off because we want to continue this privileged, boring cycle of repeating the same crap over and over again. All right. What time we going to be there?
We need some new shit to do. Like Nickel City Wrestling and Monster. Like, that's not come on. I'm the ultimate promo guy. You know what I mean? But we're going to be there tonight. Doors open at 5, 6 o'clock. It's the Tonawanda Cornhole Club. Make sure you're there. Excuse me. Chaos at the Coliseum tonight. 6:30, Nickel City Wrestling, 20-man battle royal. You got heavyweight champion fights. You got my man Shadowcat putting up his belt. He's going to whoop a lot of ass. You got the ladies. You got, like I said, the 20-man rumble. I'm going to be there. Link's going to be there. And we're going to go live during it. We're going to bring you some live Nickel City Wrestling coverage while we there, all right? Media coverage, we're going to bring it to you. Independent wrestling, professional wrestling. It's going to be fun. Link's pumped. I'm pumped. Torch is pumped. We're going to be in the building to watch a lot of whoop ass, you know what I'm saying? Nickel City Wrestling style.
Absolutely. With that being said, we're going to wrestle our way up out of here. We appreciate it because we do got other things to do as
We're busy as shit, y'all. We got to go. Tori, we got to go.
Time's a ticking. We'll see y'all next week again right here.
With a special guest.
Absolutely. Special guest coming up. M&T Live at the Apollo.
Catch your asses down the road.